A couple of you has sent me this tweet that was put out there by DJ Vlad the Culture Vulture. And this is the first video I think I've ever done on Vlad. And I think this is probably the first time I think I've even mentioned him in a video. And hopefully these videos are few and far in between, because I hate having to talk about him considering his reputation. But he got on Twitter, and is dated September 28th, 2019. And he has jumped in the whole reparations conversation, being the culture vulture that he is, and is trying to tell ADOS what we should receive as a form of reparations. And his is as lowball as they could possibly come. He says, I fully support reparations for African Americans, possibly in the form of a free college education. Vlad, shut the fuck up and mind your goddamn business. Free education? You feel that that's the best that they could do? Now, granted, free education on a collegiate level or even on a private school, whatever level, that should be thrown in there, but that should not be where it ends either. That should not be the end all be all. That will be in there, but that won't be the only thing. He's throwing that in there like that's the only thing that we should receive is a free college education. He feels that that's all we're good for. I don't even think Vlad is even from here. And if he is, he's like first generation. Because that name Vladimir, that's Russian. So I think his lineage comes from over there. Why is he engaging in our business? I have no clue why. But then again, a lot of people, outsiders, tend to do that. Now, I did not know that Antonio Moore, or Tone Talks, responded to him. He says this country owes us north of $7 trillion. Free education isn't reparations. ADOS101.com. I don't think everyone understands ADOS should be elite in America and own our own media, cable lines, and resources. Now, if you thought what Vlad said right there in his initial post was something, watch what he said in response to Antonio Moore when he said that. He said, okay, that's a good point. So take the population of Black Americans, 42 million, which that could be debated, and multiply it by the total tuition cost of a university, $100,000, and you get $4.2 trillion total in reparations. Now, mind you, a couple months ago, they did a report on how much ADOS should receive in the form of reparations. And I still think that's on the low end. They said that we should receive at least $17.1 trillion. Vlad is up here talking about a free education. If they broke it all down, that would be $4.2 trillion. Let's see here. $4.2 trillion in just free education, or $17.1 trillion in free education, land, resources, our own political circuit, our own military, possibly, maybe even our own currency, and a host of other things. But see, that's the mindset of many palm-colored individuals, no matter where on this globe they come from when it comes to us. They like to dictate and tell us what we should receive. We weren't out there dictating to other groups of people who got their set-asides what they should receive. But the minute the minute our conversation comes up, you have all these outsiders come in and try to say what we should receive. To be honest, the reason why they're dictating like that is because they know that they're not entitled to get it. If they were entitled to get something, they would be all for us getting that $17.1 trillion reparations. And because the only reason they would be happy about that is because they will be getting a cut of it. And they'll probably get the biggest cut of it. We will be left with like the damn crumbs. That's basically what Vlad is talking about. He would prefer that we get the crumbs, not even off the table, but the crumbs off of the floor. Just free education, that's nothing. That is nothing. wow, we get free education. That's good because, the only good thing that'll come out of that is we won't have to worry about student loan debt. That's one good thing, but we have way more bigger issues even than that needs to be fixed, that needs to be handled. And free college education is not going to do it. Especially since a lot of these colleges are ran like a business themselves. So I just hate it. I just really hate it when you have people from the outside trying to throw their 2 cents into our situation, into what we have going on when we're trying to push forward, and here they come and just stand right in front of us and try to block everything that is going on. Yeah, people like DJ Vlad telling us, oh, you can get it in the form of free college education. Then you have immigrants who look like us get upset and say ADOS are Russian bots and this, that, and the third. So it's like we can't win. We're like literally fighting at every angle with everybody when it comes to this discussion, because finally we are waking up and we're realizing what's going on, and they can't handle it. Because they know that if we was to get the reparations and the full reparations, we could be transcended into the next superpower. And that is one thing they do not want to happen. They refuse to have that to happen. But you know what? It's their own fault. If y'all remember that video that I did, was it the live stream that I did talking about what happened in Wilmington, North Carolina? If they had left black people, ADOS, back then to their own devices to do their own thing, we wouldn't even be having this discussion right now. If they did not destroy our towns and our businesses from back then that could have been flourishing today, we would not have this discussion. And it's amazing how they love to hide that part of their history and then rewrite it, and then still find a way to blame us for the situation we are in today, as if they did not have the biggest part to play in the way that our society, I could say black society, is functioning today. Granted, there's some stuff that's been going on that was self-inflicted, but in its essence, they inflicted the most of this shit. So like Riley said in the Boondocks, they better pay what they owe. I'm telling you, 2020 in that election is going to be a real wake-up call when they don't get the results that they want. They're going to be real unhappy with us, but that's okay, because we've been saying for the longest that what we wanted, we laid out what we wanted. And they kept ducking and dodging every single time. Well, we're going to duck and dodge their ass. We're going to be dodging bullets like we Neo in the Matrix. Because guess what? If 45 gets back in office, oh well. And we didn't even have to go out there and vote for his ass. It's because y'all didn't listen to us. You didn't take us seriously. Y'all just expected us to just topple all over each other to get to that ballot box to vote for you because you had a D next to your name. Or because you had the color blue on that day. Or because you had a donkey next to it. Nope. Not gonna happen. And speaking of donkey, as far as I'm concerned, the only jackasses that are around here that we're dealing with right now are the people that's speaking against us as far as this reparation topic goes. That goes for Vlad. That goes for them goddamn Democrats that are running for the presidency. That goes for them goddamn immigrants. Most of them who are here illegally. And that's the other thing. There's a lot of people who are over here illegally going to try to tell us what we should get. No, what you should get is the fuck up out of here so we can do what we need to do, because you're in the way. That's what you can do. That's what you need to do. That's what has to be done. I'm going to end the video off right here. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.